Welcome all sadhakas. Together let us salute Bhagavan, Param Brahma, all avatars, Bhagavan Narayana Ishvara, also all the Guru Tattva, Guru Parampara, our own Gurus and Bhagavata Acharyas. Observe the world outside, observe one's own life's past experiences, see the people around their experiences, and through all that observance, we must know that though everything is going well and good, but it's not as good as it is seen. It is endowed with so many of inner and outer problems. And through the study of Shastra, come to know that there is only one thing through spirituality, knowing the self or truth, in which all these limitations, all these conflicts, problems are not there. Once this clarity comes in the heart, then let the whole life be spent only in immersing ourselves at the feet of the Lord in bhakti, immersing ourselves in the deep contemplation on the truth, recognizing which en route we transcend all our upadhis and find our oneself with that. So let the Shastra Shravana be regular and Manana be regular, leading to this said these happenings in our life. While doing so, immensely we need the Krupa of Guru and Bhagavan. Therefore, no day without Upasana and Prarthana. And also, let us not be lazy in our thinking. Let us be active, dynamic in observing. As said, what's happening in us and around us. Can that be improved upon? What can the best be done? In this thinking inquiry, also, we will come to know that to the capacities which we have, to the possibilities which we have as a human, what we are doing is a very meager thing. We are not at all justifying our life. Then the inquiry, when it comes, then we approach the masters and gurus. When they tell us in the beginning days, we don't get easily convinced, but with faith, when we think, listen, slowly we can lift our thinking ability to their level, then we understand. When they say the Lord is truth and He alone is all pervading, in the discovery of Him only there is the liberation. Each of these things start appealing to us when we keep on having faith and lifting our thinking to their level. So that way, the purpose of our study of Shastra is very vivid, very distinct, very crystal clear, absolutely unambiguous. So may it happen to all the serious, sincere sadhakas. Along with trying to discover the self, let us also enjoy bhakti to Bhagavan. Let us enjoy the leelas Bhagavan has done as avatars whenever he came. And let us enjoy his leelas that are happening around us at every moment. Nothing but Bhagavat Krupa, Bhagavat Leela that's happening all around us at every moment. If you can discover that, then there is no the feelings inside of any type of limitation which just cocoon us, just which bind us to feelings of limitation. These all we saw in our morning class of Mundaka Upanishad. Those are the three words: Anishaya, Shochati, Muhyamanaha. So, how by not having any Ishatva inside. The Bhashyakara there, he said was, Anisha means what? Ki, I am incapable of doing anything. My children have lost or gone astray, or wife or husband are left. I can't do anything. Anishaya. And then Shochati, Nitya Nirantara Dukkha. Muhyamanaha only in the Deha Tadatmya, and with that always in the variety of Sambandhi Bandhavya, trying to eke out the happiness, not getting that fulfillment all the time in the mind, that limitation, the dukkha, the frustration, that incompleteness, the dissatisfaction, all these things go away when we discover that said truth through sadhana, through study of Shastra. So may we be clear in every of these aspects, convinced, and may we really walk that path. And may very soon, with all these efforts of ours, prayers of ours, upasanas of ours, surrenderings of ours, purity of our heart, the Lord be pleased, and when He pleases, and when He blesses, suddenly that windfall of the grace happens. We just will be surprised to see that it just is happening. What has to happen? That glimpses of anubhuti of shanti, anubhuti of the samata, anubhuti of the ekata, anubhuti of the sarva vyavakatva of the one tattva, which we are struggling to understand and study through many, many years, through all the books, all of that, when Ishvara showers his krupa, it starts happening. Then just the whole world goes into oblivion. We see that and that and that alone permeating everywhere. May we all have, as a result of all these efforts, those things very soon. So let us celebrate today's study also our Shastras. Now Bhagavatam Skandham, continuation of Sudhama Sri Krishna Melanam. Then we will see today itself the best topic today about the Gurukula Vasa Mahima, then Guru Bhakti, Guru Sharanagati Mahima, then the Guru Seva Mahima. They are hinted, they are big topics. Basing on this discussion between these two, we can talk on this topic with many other examples for days together. So, little of that we'll see today in that 80th chapter. Then in Adhyatma Ramayanam, followed by that, we will see Rama Ravana Bhayankara Yuddha. So we can finish Ravana today, but we'll leave him for one more day. So tomorrow is 15 August when we get our what do you call freedom of Bharata Mata. Tomorrow only let us give freedom to Ravanasura also, and tomorrow only we'll give the Chiuda Pruthaka Tandula in the next chapter to Krishna. So tomorrow, being that auspicious day, let us spare the thing for tomorrow. But today we will enjoy that Bhayankara Yuddha between Rama and Ravana there. Now let us start doing our Bhagavatam Skandham 80th chapter. Before that, our everyday chantings with full Shraddha and Ekagrata. Let us see. Om. Om. Om Sahanavavatu Sahano Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu Ma Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Sachidanandarupaya Vishwotpatyadihetave Tapatraya Vinashaya Shri Krishnaya Vayan Namaha. Dharma Projhidakaitavotra Paramo Nirmatsaranam Satam. Vedyam Vastavamatra Vastu Shivadam Tapatrayoन्मूलनम् Srimad Bhagavate Mahamunikrute Kim va Parairishvaraha Sadyo Hrudyavarudyate Trakrutiभिः Shushrooshubhistatkshanat Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Dayamudirayet. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Yonta Pravishya Mama Vachamimam Prasuptam Sanjeevayatyakila Shaktidhara Swadhamna Anyanscha Hastacharana Shravana Tvagadina Pranavan Namo Bhagavate Purushaya Tubhyam Samasta Devatabhyo Rishibhyo Munibhyo Gurubhyo Brahmanebhyo Acharyebhyo Bhaktebhyo Sadhubhyo Sadhakebhyo तीर्थेभ्यो क्षेत्रेभ्यो नदीनदेभ्यो शास्त्रेभ्यो नमो नमः परब्रह्मणे महाविष्णवे ब्रह्मणे सनकादिमुनिभ्यो नारदाय वेदव्यासाय शुकब्रह्मर्षये सूतमहामुनये शौनकादृशिभ्यो वैशम्पायनादिऋषिभ्यो अत्र्यादृशिभ्यो प्रह्लादादिभक्तजनेभ्यो मत्स्यादिवतारेभ्यो आदित्यादिनवग्रहदेवताभ्यो दक्षिणामूर्ति दत्तात्रेय हयग्रीवादिगुरुभ्यो आदि पराशक्तिमात्रे माता पितृदेवताभ्यो आद्य शंकराचार्यादिगुरुभ्यो अस्मद्गुरुभ्यो नमः संकल्पः तेषां सर्वेषां कृपा अनुग्रहेण उपनिषदुक्त ब्रह्मात्मैक्यबोधस्य अस्मिन् क्षणे एव अनुभवसिद्ध्यर्थं पुराणेतिहासोक्त भगवद्भागवत ऋषिमुनिगुरु देवतानां दर्शनानुग्रहानुभव प्राप्त्यर्थं सनातनधर्मस्य वैदिक हैन्दव संस्कृतेः साम्प्रदायानां शास्त्राणां गुरुशिष्य परम्परायाः देवता भक्त परम्परायाः पुनरुत्थान पुनर्जागरण विश्वव्याप्ति द्वारा विश्व आध्यात्मिक प्रगति द्वारा विश्व शांति विश्व कल्याण विश्व एकता प्राप्त्यर्थम् अस्मिन् धर्म संस्थापन कार्ये निष्ठित धर्म संस्थापकानां भक्तानां साधकानां सेवकानां अस्माकं सह आयुरारोग्य ऐश्वर्य क्षेम स्थैर्य धैर्यादि समस्त सत् संपदा सत् साधना सत् शक्ति सानुकूल्यता प्राप्ति बाह्य अभ्यंतर शत्रु विघ्न निर्मूलन निवारण द्वारा दिग्विजयार्थम श्रीमद्भागवत महापुराण शास्त्रस्य दशमस्कन्धस्य पारायण अध्ययनं वयं सर्वे करिष्यामहे। ओम श्री कृष्ण परब्रह्मणे नमः। श्रीमद्भागवत महापुराणं दशमस्कन्धः। ओम निरोधस्यानुशयनम् आत्मनः सह शक्तिभिः उत्तरार्धः अशीतितमोऽध्यायः। Shri Shuka Uvacha. Let us chant from the verse number 17 onwards. Just revel in the chanting of this. We have seen up to 27, I know it, but just we'll browse through because of the deep depth and beauty of that topic. That our heart should be melted while studying these slokas and all this. We also should become as wonderful bhakta, nishkama, paripurna with all the nishtas like that of this Kuchela or Sudhama or Sridhama. Let us do it. Gruham Sahasranam Mahishinam Hare Dvijaha Viveka विवेशैकतमं श्रीमत् ब्रह्मानन्दं गतो यथा तं विलोक्याच्युतो दूरात् प्रियापर्यङ्कमास्थितः सहसोत्थाय चाभ्येत्य दोर्भ्यां पर्यग्रहीन्मुदा सख्युः प्रियस्य विप्रर्षेः अङ्गसङ्गातिनिर्वृतः प्रीतो व्यमुञ्चद्बिन्दून् नेत्राभ्यां पुष्करे क्षणः अतोपवेश्य पर्यङ्के स्वयं सख्युः समर्हणम् उपहृत्यावनिज्यास्य पादौ पादावने जनीः अग्रहीत शिरसा राजन् भगवान् लोकपावनः विलिम्पत दिव्यगन्धेन चन्दना गुरुकुङ्कुमैः धूपैः सुरभिभिर्मित्रं प्रदीपावलिभिर्मुदा अर्चित्वा वेद्यताम्बूलम् गां च स्वागतमब्रवीत् कुचेलं मलिनं क्षामं द्विजं धमनि सन्ततं देवी पर्यचरत् साक्षात् चामरव्यजनेन वै अन्तःपुरजनो दृष्ट्वा कृष्णेनामलकीर्तिना विस्मितो भूततिप्रीत्या अवधूतं सभाजितं किम् अनेन कृतं पुण्यम् अवधूतेन भिक्षुणा श्रियाहीनेन लोकेऽस्मिन् गर्हितेनाधमेन च योऽसौ त्रिलोकगुरुणा श्रीनिवासेन संभृतः पर्यङ्कस्थां श्रियं हित्वा परिष्वक्तोऽग्रजो यथा कथयाञ्चक्रतुर्गाथाः पूर्वा गुरुकुले सतोः आत्मनो ललिता राजन् करौ गृह्य परस्परं श्रीभगवानुवाच अपि ब्रह्मन् गुरुकुलात् भवता लब्ध दक्षिणात् ओम ओम समावृत्तेन धर्मज्ञ भार्योढा सदृशी न वा प्रायो गृहेषु ते चित्तम् अकामविहतं तथा नैवाति प्रीयसे विद्वन् धनेषु विदितं हि मे केचित् कुर्वन्ति कर्माणि कामैरहत चेतसः त्यजन्तः प्रकृतिर्दैवीः यथाहं लोकसङ्ग्रहं कच्चित् गुरुकुले वासं ब्रह्मन् स्मरसि नौ यतः द्विजो विज्ञाय विज्ञेयं तपसः पारमश्नुते स वै सत्कर्मणां साक्षात् द्विजातेः इह सम्भवः आद्योऽङ्गयत्राश्रमिणां यथाहं ज्ञानदो गुरुः पुनर्वर्थको विदा ब्रह्मन् वर्णाश्रमवताम् इह ये मया गुरुणा वाचा तरन्त्यञ्जो भवार्णवम् नाहमिज्या प्रजातिभ्यां तपसोपशमेन वा तुष्येयं सर्वभूतात्मा गुरुशुश्रूषया यथा अपिनः स्मरते ब्रह्मन् वृत्तं निवसतां गुरौ गुरुदारैः चोदितानाम् इन्धनानयने क्वचितो प्रविष्टानां महारण्यम् अपहर्तौ सुमहत द्विज न पार्थवर्षमभूत् तीव्रम् निष्ठुराहस्तनयित्नवः सूर्यश्चास्तं गतस्तावत् तमसा चावृता दिशः निम्नं कूलं जलमयं न प्राज्ञायत किञ्चन वयं वृषं तत्र महानिलाम्बुभिः निहन्यमाना मुहुरम्बुसंप्लवे दिशो अविदन्तोऽथ परस्परं वने गृहीतहस्ताः परिबभ्रिमातुराः एतद् विदित्वा उदिते रवौ सान्दीपनिर्गुरुः अन्वेषमाणो नः शिष्यान् आचार्योपश्यदातुरान् अहो हे पुत्रकायूयम् अस्मदर्थेति दुःखिताः आत्मा वै प्राणिनां प्रेष्ठः तम् अनादृत्य मत्पराः एतदेव हि सच्छिष्यैः कर्तव्यं गुरुनिष्कृतं यद्वै विशुद्धभावेन सर्वार्थात्मार्पणं गुरौ तुष्टोऽहं वो द्विजश्रेष्ठाः सत्याः सन्तु मनोरथाः छन्दांस्य यातयामानि भवन्तु ह्यः परत्र च इत्थं विधान्यनेकानि वसतां गुरुवेश्मसु गुरोरनुग्रहेणैव पुमान् पूर्णः प्रशान्तये ब्राह्मण उवाच किमस्माभिरनिर्वृत्तं देवदेव जगद्गुरो भवता सत्यकामेन येषां वासो गुरावभूत् यस्य छन्दोमयं ब्रह्म देह आवपनं विभो श्रेयतां तस्य गुरुषु वासोऽत्यन्तविडम्बनम् इति श्रीमद्भागवते महापुराणे पारमहंस्यां संहितायां दशमस्कन्धे उत्तरार्धे श्रीरामचरितं नाम 80तमोऽध्यायः। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। ॐ श्रीकृष्ण शरणं मम श्रीभागवत शरणं मम श्रीसद्गुरु शरणं मम श्रीसूत शरणं मम श्रीशुकदेव शरणं मम श्रीव्यास शरणं मम श्रीनारद शरणं मम श्रीकुमार शरणं मम श्रीब्रह्मा शरणं मम श्रीविष्णु शरणं मम श्रीपरब्रह्म शरणं मम श्रीकृष्ण शरणं मम शरणं मम शरणं मम श्रीकृष्ण गोविन्द हरे मुरारे हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव श्रीकृष्ण गोविन्द हरे मुरारे हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव श्रीकृष्ण गोविन्द हरे मुरारे हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव। ॐ मूकं करोति वाचालं भङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे परमानन्दमाधवं स्वर्गे सत्ये च कैलासे वैकुण्ठे नास्ति अयं रसः अतः पिबन्तु सद्भाग्याः मा मुञ्चत कर्हिचित्। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ श्रीकृष्ण परब्रह्मणे नमः। श्रीमद्भागवत महापुराणं दशमस्कन्धः उत्तरार्धः अथ 80तमोऽध्यायः। Excellent meeting of Bhagavan Krishna and Shri Sudhama ji we are seeing. So yesterday he crossed all those 3+3 gates, everything, entered those chambers where he saw 16,000 beautiful palatial houses of the Krishna Patnis. The best among them, by his own vision or inquiring someone, he entered. Vivesha Ekatamam Srimat, and the moment he entered that, Brahmanandam Gato Yatha. For the two reasons that he himself is in Brahmananda always, and that place is Bhagavan Krishna only. Second is, for him, Bhagavan and meeting the Mitra is more than anything. Therefore, when he entered that chamber, he felt like he is in Brahmananda. And Bhagavan knows such a great Bhakta and Mitra. Therefore, he created such atmosphere, having entered where he got that total contentment. So that when he meets Krishna, he is not distracted in anything except giving and receiving that prema, that vatsalya, that gaurava, that maryada or bhakti. In that way, a beautiful thing. Then, as he entered the inner palace of Bhagavan Krishna, Krishna was there on the Pariyanka along with Rukmini ji. Then, seeing him, immediately jumps from that place, comes running and running, and just embraces his Balyamitra and as well as the Brahmana. Tam vilokya achyutaha durat priya Pariyankamastitaha. Then, sahasa utthaya cha abhyetya dorbhyam para Pariyagrahit Muda. So this shloka itself is so wonderful in the chanting as well as in the meaning of it. So Bhagavan left the Pariyanka, left that, what do you say, the Patni. So all the comforts as well as his relations, everything, as a Bhakta leaves and goes to God, God also leaves all of them and comes, expresses his joy by becoming one with that Bhakta. So here Bhagavan embracing Kuchela is Bhagavan expressing his joy of oneness with the devotee, the true devotee, with all the nishtha, discipline like that of this great Sudhamaji. Then what happened? सख्यु प्रियस्य विप्रर्षेः फ्रेंड है बहुत प्यारे भी है and the best of the brahmanas viprarshi he is therefore anga sanga ati nirurataha. So here also we can see both one whom we love, second if that person is really pure hearted, third if he is divine himself with a lot of upasana anushtana sadhana and maybe anubhuti of Paramatma Deva God of such person. You know, when you get a look at him only, it is a fulfillment. When you get a chance to talk to him, it is much more greater fulfillment. And if you get a chance to do the sparsha of him, maybe of the Pada Puja or Pada Namaskara, it is so great. तो वी हैव सीन दैट पूज्य गुरुदेव के समक्ष में उनका दर्शन करना, उनके शब्द ना, ही स्पीक्स गीता फॉर थाउजेंड्स लैक्स ऑफ पीपल that everybody knows that roaring sound, even now it is reverberating, but when he talks one to you, one to you, that joy. And when you get a chance to do the pada puja of him, you know, any seva, touching him, or he himself puts his hands on the head, है ना, उसका जो अनुभूति होती है ना, वो जन्म जन्म तक वही हमारे रक्षा करती है. If only we develop that devotion and we continue that faith in spite of all odds or all that things happen in our life due to prarabdha. सो प्रारब्ध के कारण होने वाले किसी भी अनुभव का प्रभाव नहीं पड़ने देते हुए भक्ति श्रद्धा से जो गुरु से लगे रहते हैं, उनको गुरु से मिले हुए ये आशीर्वाद जन्म जन्म तक रक्षा प्रेरणा का स्रोतस बनते हैं. So great it is. So here, not that the Brahmana is happy by seeing Krishna. That is anyway there. He came for that only. I am hi paramo labha uttama shloka darshanam. But here Bhagavan himself is feeling so happy to hug his own such a great Balya Mitra as well as Brahmana and also the Brahma Rishi, Vipra Rishi. Then Pritaha Vyamunchada Binduna Netrabhyam Mushkarekshanaha. That joy and love inside cannot stop, cannot be without expression. And the expression of that Ananda is through the Ananda Ashwabindu. From the eyes, the joy tears came. So Bhagavan reciprocates our prema, bhakti, etc. Then Bhagavan देखो अतः उपवेश्य पर्यंके स्वयं सख्यु समर्पणम समर्हणम उपहृत्य अवनिज्य अस्य पादौ. So that beautiful scene of Bhagavan taking Sudhama ji to his own Paryanka where he was seated till that time. And he made him sit there, himself brought puja samagri and in that thali whatever भगवान खुद ही उनके चरण का प्रक्षालन करते हैं. अवनिज्य अस्य पादौ. So then this is the greatest of the scene. देखो So Bhagavan giving the value to the Brahmana, to the Shuddha Antakarana Vyakti, as well as his own Bhakta. How great it is. Then that Apaha, what did he do? Pada Padavane Janihi Agrahit Shirasa Rajan. He has put it on his own head. Even Rukmini ji also might have asked भगवान ने उनके सिर पे भी वो चरण जल चरणामृत डाले होंगे. Then Bhagavan Lokapavanaha. Then Vyalimpad Divyagandhena Chandanagar Kunkumaihi Chandanagar Kunkumagandha Lepanama to that Brahmana Uttama Bhagavan has done himself, and he was in that joy. So as we said yesterday, as much the Jiva has a tadapa to have Bhagavad Ishvara Darshanam, so too Ishvara also feels happy when he meets his own Jigarkatakuda, the Jiva in that Vyavahara. Like the बछड़ा और गाय, जितना बछड़े को गाय से मिलने का आनंद है, same is the आनंद of the गाय when it meets the बछड़ा. Everywhere where these all differences are given up, I am talking about the worldly life may. All comparisons are given up. On some basis, one unit is discovered, then both of them cherish their company. It can be wife, husband, parents, children, anywhere. So, Bhagavan was that way doing upasana to that Sudhama, Shridhama. Then Bhagavan Dhupaihi, Suravivihi, then Mitram Pradipali Balirmuda Architva. Avedya Tambulam Gamcha Swagatam Abravi. सो वी डू उपासना पूजा टू भगवान. फिर भगवान किसके उपासना पूजा करते हैं कि ऐसे ब्राह्मण देवता का हियर कृष्णावतार में. और फॉर भगवान द भक्त हिमसेल्फ इज उपासनीय पूजनीय. नो देयर सो मेनी डिस्कशंस दैट कैन बी डन. वन ऑफ द प्रिडोमिनेंट इज व्हाट कि भगवान सेज सच ए टेरेबल पावरफुल माया मैंने फेरा है. आई जस्ट हैव what is it, imposed on the entire universe so much that the whole beings are caught up in that, lost in that, and not able to come out. But see this one bhakta or that great devotee whoever ki with all the difficulties, challenges, troubles, and inner outer, keeping that maya ka shakti aside, he has become my devotee. He has come to me. देखो, the two ways of getting lost in Maya and going away from Bhagavan is both. When all the riches come, we, while indulging, enjoying in the riches, called caught up in Maya, at that time also we forget God. When we are in difficulties, toughness, problems, if we are already devotee, we say, I am a devotee of Bhagavan, yet he has kept me in poverty. He is giving me continuously difficulties and problems of all sorts. Therefore, I think there is no God. Let me sort out solution to my own problems. In that effort, again getting caught up in Maya and going away from Bhagavan. People do like this. So, सुख में भी सुमिरन नहीं करते हैं, दुख में भी सुमिरन नहीं करते. This Brahmana Devata is in all dukha. So instead of hating the God कि मैं तुम्हारे भक्त हूँ फिर भी मैंने उसको आपने मेरे को इतना गरीब रखा है all, on the other way around he says अयम ही परमो लाभः यद उत्तम श्लोक दर्शनम. See that attitude. This one attitude made him win the heart of Bhagavan. That the parama labha in my life is Bhagavad Darshana, Bhagavad Anugraha, not any of the material things from him. And any number of tests of difficulties, tasks he may impose on me. How it is all he is testing me. He is testing my true devotion. So why will I fail in that? So let all of them come. They have their own place. I will go through them, but I will not allow even a little dent or scar or scratch to happen to my devotion and faith in my Bhagavan. देखो, this is the greatest challenge. He was successful in that challenge. This great Sudhama. Therefore, Bhagavan is so much fond of him. So he himself that way received him and did all the puja. Okay. Then that Lakshmi Mata, that Rukmini Devi also, She is seeing him, कुचेल है. Ku means very bad. Chela means kapda. Pate purane kapde. That is kuchela. Malinam, very malina, because भाई से कितने दूर से आए हैं और अपने आप को ठीक तरह रखने के लिए चीजें नहीं है. क्षामम, you can see the food has not taken. Dvijam, that Brahmana, dhamani santatam, so thin, lean inside out. Then Devi paricharat sakshat chamara vejanena. So, the one who is in his own Brahmanatva Davasya, the one who is in his own devotion to Bhagavan, he is ready to go through all difficulties, which is now here symbolized in the form of poverty of that Sudhama. Lakshmi Mata herself does the seva. She herself, Chamara Vejanena, Devi herself was Pariyacharat. So her understanding, if my Pati himself has done his seva, then it is an order to me indirectly, directly, that I also must do. So she was doing the Chamara Vijana seva to the Brahmana Uttama. So out of so many lessons to be learned from here, both the Pati Patni, Grahastha as well as the Kshatriyas, when the Brahmana comes, together they have to do the seva, upasana, puja. And you all those who are listening to Bhagavat in this life, earlier lives, such things plenty you might have done. As a result of all that, Guru Seva, Bhagavata Seva, Mahatmaओं का सेवा, उनके अनुग्रह से ही in this way, every day we are listening to Krishna Katha, allowing Krishna to enter into our hearts and take charge of our hearts to remove all impurity and light that Jnana Jyoti, Atma Jnana Jyoti. Good. Let us continue that. No, इतने में क्या हुआ कि all these अंतःपुर वासिन्स, they had no limit for that आश्चर्य कि अंतःपुर जनो दृष्ट्वा they saw that कृष्णेन अमलकीर्तिना अवधूतं सभाजितं अतिप्रीत्या. By that Amala Murti Krishna, Amala Kirti Krishna, this Avaduta was Sabhajita, worshipped he Atipritya, with extreme love. So they were observing from the step 1 onwards of when that Brahmana came, with what sort of that excitement Utavalapan, Bhagavan jumped out of that Palanga Pariyanka and ran and hugged. And it has not ended there. They were observing Krishna. So the full tears from his eyes, again and again hugging. And they were looking at his face कि इतना आनंद उनको कभी भी नहीं मिला. ऐसा वाला आनंद on his चेहरा. These अंतपुरवासिन्स are watching. They are very observant, no? Very, very care, very keen होते हैं हम लोग. Everything was celebration, everything was excitement, everything was an unparalleled joy on the face of Krishna. They were watching. Not only that, कुर्सिला उनके लिए, no, his own Pariyanka he gave to sit. Then पानी लाओ पानी धोने के लिए, no, पाँव धोने के लिए, himself brought the water. चलो भाई धो लेना सब लोग, मैं देखता हूँ. No, he was doing. And when he was doing, they were observing his face. Only one thing they were observing, ati pritya sabhajitam. Ati pritya sabhajitam. See the first 4 lines of the 10th Anuvaka of our morning Taittiriya Bhruguvalli. Do you see here or not? न कंचन वसतो प्रत्याचक्षीत तद्व्रतं तस्मादेया कया च विधया बहु अन्नं प्राप्नुयात् आराध्यस्मा अन्नमित्याचक्षते. In the next one, एतद्वै मुखतोऽन्नगं राद्धं. Bhagavan Krishna is doing पूजा पुरस्सरं भावेन भक्त्या मुख्यया वृत्त्या. प्रथमे वयसि he has done in the childhood, it is continuing even now at this age also. बचपन से करते हैं होंगे कृष्ण बड़े उनका ब्राह्मणों का आदर, वो आदत हो गया. A pure heart alone can do that, or whoever does that, the heart gets purified. In the purity of the heart, such sevas give a fulfillment, a joy. And the one who has at the Vijnanamaya kosha level, surrendering the ego also lives life no to such only this prema from the hridaya toward the friends are such a great brahmana expresses as such a great joy. Those are at Anna Prana Mano level. Mano level, a lot of Raga Desha. Prana level, always hungry and thirsty and a bhuke wala. हमेशा खाने पीने पे मन रहने वाला. Annamaya, who's always tired, lazy, non-practicing. Such a useless fellows can never recognize the pure ananda that is experienced when the beloved is worshipped, beloved is taken care, beloved is served. So they were observing how Bhagavan was himself running and getting one by one things or collecting from those who brought. Himself washed the feet, himself piped it with the towel, himself appeared, applied the chandanam, kunkuma, you understand, garlands putting. Then the food was brought, himself served them. Then after all that eaten, he himself gave the tambulam ityadi. And she was doing the chamara vajana. These the Antapura Vasan can never imagine. ऐसे कैसे हो सकता है जिनको पूरा देश पूजा करता है श्री कृष्ण एंड रुक्मिणी दे आर डूइंग दिस टू अवधूतम सभाजितम अति प्रीत्या so much of prema bhagavan is getting joy more and more only in doing so brahmana sadguna brahmana sadachara brahmana how much bhagavan respects reveres that great vyaktitva we have to learn from this. Like in the earlier chapters, and later also we'll see in 11th Skandha, Bhagavan says, Ki such Brahmanas are pujaniya to me. In this very chapter, we'll see later on, he says, to the Guru and the Brahmana, the puja done is more received by me than the puja done to me directly. And he is demonstrating it by himself. No ego that I am Bhagavan, I am Avatara, I am Sarva Shaktiman, that everybody has to worship me. Nothing doing. The beautiful word in this entire sloka is Ati Pritya. So it's so much of Priti and Prema Ananda. Can we maintain that heart of so much of Prema to the expression of Bhagavan called as whole world and do smaller than the smallest thing to the higher than the highest with Atyanta Prema as it is the Seva to Bhagavan himself. These things as long as they don't click ना हमको न साधना बताता है न मजा आएगा उस साधना का आनंद like we are doing now this satsang with atyanta priti as a seva to our own Lord Krishna. Can we do that? This is my seva to him. I am listening to Bhagavat. Is it not? So that is what is the pure real heart and joy. Bhagavan himself is demonstrating here. So they are saying, ye to Brahmana, no money at all, very poverty. How come these two, Krishna and Rukmini, doing this? Ati prema se inka puja upasana. So, ಈ ಅಂತಃಪುರ ಜನೋ ದೃಷ್ಟ ಕೃಷ್ಣೇ ನಾಮಲ ಕೀರ್ತಿನ ಅವಧೂತಂ ಸಮಾಜಿತಮತಿ ಪ್ರೀತ್ಯ ವಿಸ್ಮಿತಃ ಅಭೂತ್. Everyone were there so much surprised. And then they being intelligent, they started thinking, ki kim anena krutam punyam avadhutena bhikshuna. By that Bhikshu Avaduta, what punya he must have done. Looking from above, ki Sriyahinena Glaukesmin Garitena Dhamena. It is outer expression. But what punya he must have done in his this life and so many of the earlier lives that Asahu Triloka Guruna Srinivasena Sambrataha. That it is so respectfully, reverentially taken care of by the Triloka Guru Srinivasa, the Lord of all the three worlds, the abode of Lakshmi. By him, he is getting the Upasana and Puja. What great, great punyam done by him. Now, we need not talk on this elaborately because this is what we are doing every day from last 3-4 years. Ki our Papa done even little doesn't go waste. Our punya done little, it doesn't go waste. Our upasanas done little also doesn't go waste. All our Bhagavat Smarana, Nama Sankirtana, our Shravana, our Tattva Chintana, all of them get accumulated. Is it not? We are seeing our morning class. How the Dushta Janma Vedaniya, Adrushta Janma Vedaniya are the Karma Vipakas. In that also, the Niyata, Aniyata, today we have seen half, remaining we are going to see tomorrow. So therefore, let the Drushti be either in Tattva Chintana or in Bhagavan Upasana or Punya Karma Sanchaya. Punya Karma karte hue, uska Sanchaya karna. In that, let us be busy, not giving chance for the mind to go away from God, to indulge in artha kama, to become lazy, to create all negativities in the mind. यही हमारे तरफ से पे करने वाला प्राइज है. Seeing which Bhagavan is pleased, he opens the door of that sanctum sanctorium, entering which we discover our oneness with him. So, and how he was doing that puja to this great Brahman Devata, he Paryankastam Shriyam Hitva. So, the Paryank में जो श्री है, लक्ष्मी है, उनको छोड़कर परिश्वक्तः, he ran and hugged him agrajah yatha, like his own elder brother. So, as we said yesterday, the Paryanka को छोड़ दिया means all the material matter is given up. Shriyam Hitva, Lakshmi Di को छोड़ दिया means all the Sambandha Bandhavya given up. So Bhagwan, though in Avatara, plays Nataka of enjoying luxuries as well as being with his spouse, etc. But when a devotee comes, a Parama pure Bhakta, Bhagwan doesn't care any one of them. He runs to hug and serve that Bhakta. How it happened? Because that Bhakta also of that nature, wherein for him Paramatma is more important than anybody or anything. By the way, with so many listenings of ours, of so many texts or this big text for so many days, has it happened in our heart that my Prabhu, my Lord, is more important to me than anything or being? Everybody deserves our respect, our love, our service, because we are in the Manushya Janma, we have all the dharmas to perform. No doubt. But then, if a question asked, who is the most dearest to you, beloved to you? Can we answer now, not vocally just to satisfy the listener, but from the core of our heart, naturally coming out? What a question it is. How can there be anybody more dearer than the Lord Himself? More reverential than the God Himself, more valuable than the God Himself, more important than the God. Can we reach to that stage? You know? He is only the Bhakta. That is the meaning of, Mat Paramaha, Mat Paramaha, Mat Paramaha. How many times in Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam, Bhagavan used this word. Mat Paramaha means considering me as supreme-most in the whole world because of my own powers, etc. Knowing, sorry, not considering, knowing me to be the supreme-most in the entire universe because of my powers, etc. Therefore, taking me or considering me as the most important for him in his life. That is called as Mat Paramaha. And anything which is Parama for us, for the sake of that Parama Utkrishta, anything which is not Parama, which is Avara, we should be ready to give up our sacrifice. Like every day at 6 o'clock, for you all people, regular students, Bhagavatam and Krishna is Mat Paramaha. Therefore, any activities, any programs, any temptation, any invitation, any excuses, हजारों हैं वो आप छोड़कर आके बैठ जाते हो. This is मत परमत. Beautiful it is. Those who can't do this one, for them something else is parama, they go for it. I'm giving an example at 1 hour of a day, how you are expressing that mat paramatva. It's only a beginning. And then at the higher stage, not only listening, but understanding and trying to be total devotee and surrendering to the Lord, not only for 1 hour, but throughout the day. He is my Parama to such an extent, not only I give up all the outer obligations and dharmas, even the dharma of maintaining myself also, I don't care that too much I'm involved only in serving the Lord. This is called the Dharma Projita Kaitavotra Paramo. Nirmatsaranam Satam, Vedyam Vastavam, what we chant every day, the meaning of that mantra. To such person who is now at the level of Ananyas Chintayanto Mam Paripasate Nityabhyuktanam Teshamaham Yogakshemam Vahami. Bhagavan says he will be taken care by me. But that's not the topic here. The most important topic is how Bhagavan values such a great bhaktas. So Paryankastam Shriyam Hitva Parisvaktaha Agrajaha Yatha. This one thought in life. Enough I try to please my own indriyas, mana, by fulfilling the demands and desires of them. Enough I tried to please the people by dancing to their tunes, expecting some favor from them. Now let me please my dear Lord, my Bhagavan, my Ishtadeva, my Guru. Can we think in these terms? Can we change the graph, or let us say the whole system in our heart? Drastic change it is. Like slowly the constitution's changing. Now the name of India also will be very soon will be changed into Bharat or maybe Hindustan. I don't know what name they give. Big discussion is going on. Sometime we have to revamp the whole thing. This India is not our name. Nowhere this India name is there. That stupid Britishers, they have called it like that. So our eternal is Bharata Mata, Bharata Varsha, Aryavarta, Bharata Varsha. You know, in this way some name. We have to revamp, we have to drastically change without doubt for anyone, whether it is a 370 article, whether it is 39A, or whether it is the, what do you say, the UCC bringing. Unless these are brought, we cannot change the country to a super supreme direction. Same thing at the border level. See the deployment in that LAC yesterday, day before, and today aggressively doing. As much at the national level, these aggressive steps are taken care with so much of inner and outer courage. So too at the spiritual life level also, we have to take these aggressive decisions and drastically change our life. We are talking about the topic, can we make the Lord happy? Enough of making happy or pleasing our own upadhis and the people around us. अब मेरा जीवन केवल परमात्मा को प्रसन्न करने के लिए है. No, in this, no, everything is included. Such person will go and hold on to the feet of the gurus, mahatmas, bhaktas, and ask them, and from them they know what makes the Lord pleased. How to please my beloved Lord. Then they say through their experience, through their knowledge. So these are the ways by which Bhagavan is prasanna. And our whole life is no obligation of any sort of the world or worldliness, totally dedicated only to please my Paramatma. Or can there be any more dhanya jivana than this, where we are pleasing the Lord who has given us this human life, who has given us this beautiful world, who has given all these faculties and freedoms. पर्यंकस्तां श्रियं हित्वा परिष्वक्तोग्रजो यथा. हमारे जीवन में ये बदलाव अति शीघ्र आ जाए. Lord, any impediments in the enroute this conviction, please remove them. May I be fully convinced that life is dedicated only in seva of Paramatma. Nothing else, nothing else. Let the decision happen in me, not superficially, not sporadically, not temporarily, not just out of a little motivation, permanently, thoroughly, so that I experience the freedom from the wrongdoings, the binding doings. The answer is no. Doing or living life only for Paramatma is the true matured life in which we can feel from within the total freedom, because that is the only purpose for which we are made human. And the basic cause for our sufferings, in spite of having all the riches, wealth, names, and fames in the world, is because that was not the purpose for which we were sent. You understand? We are sent here only to serve Paramatma, only to love Him, to express our devotion, prema to Him through all the means, by all the means. May it happen to us on 15th August, tomorrow. Not the way tomorrow never comes, but tomorrow. So in this way, the entire Antapuravasins were taken aback and surprised to see how Krishna, like his own elder brother, left Rukmini and the Balang, ran and hugged him, and with such a preeti, he is doing the puja to this. Who is he? Avadhutena. Avadhutam Savajitam Ati Preetya. So this is so many leelas of Bhagavan Krishna we see, and while doing all of them, seeing all of them, these type of very important things sometimes we miss it. Maybe for this reason only that either Shukadevji or Vyasji have put this topic separately toward the end in the 80th chapter. Means as per the leelas, also it has happened at that level, that time, and more so an exclusive leela here. Here is not the Leela that the whole world is worshipping God. It is not the Leela that the Lord is killing some of the Dushta Rakshasas and helping the Bhaktas. No, it is the other way around. He himself is become a Bhakta and Pujari, doing the puja as is done to the as it is done to the Bhagavan, to his own Bhakta, to his own, let us say, the greater Brahmana and Balyamitra. So in these are the life fulfillments. In this effort, our mind is detuning in love and devotion to the higher Paramatma. While this is happening, our importance given to me, my own life, my own mind, my likes, dislikes, my only indulgences, my positions, all these which are nothing but delusion, carried as the means of happiness from millions of lives, all of that just goes away. The same topic tomorrow we will see in our Yoga Darshanam when in that Bhashya Vyasa Bhagavan says, Dekho, your Aniyata Vipaka can get destroyed when you do Shukla Karma more and more. These are all the Shukla Karma. Then all Aniyata Karma Vipaka, especially those who are Papa Phala, they all get wiped away. In a simple language, the more we become devotee of our Guru and God, immerse in our service to them. In so many lives, if at all we have done any of the papa, which are supposed to give us all dukkha, naraka, ityadi, all of them are removed, cancelled. In that way, we become purified and purified. Like a very terrorist fellow arrested in the put in jail. Now something happened in him. Though he is given a live imprisonment, something happened in him. He started, let us say, doing the seva in the jail properly, talking good and positive about the nation and all. Today, one of those fellows in the Kashmir, terrorist ka beta, today, terrorist ka ya kisi ka, he started putting the Tiranga agenda. Oh, everybody started praising him in the Kashmir Valley. No, will not the government consider that fellow's transformation inside, and will it not reduce that life imprisonment to 14 years, 16 years? In the same way, when we transform from being selfish, being bhogi, being the possessor of the world, to be selfless, bhakta yogi, and servant of the God, any of the imprisonments which we are going to get because of any papa done, that all gets washed away. Is it not a good result then? So these are the things that have to come in our life when we study such beautiful portions of Bhagavad Mahapurana. So this was the beautiful topics. How many we have covered here? See, Shukadeva, first Parikshit Raja's question. Tell me more stories. Then while that he himself says in first slokas that entire personality layers are should be only for listening to Krishna Katha or doing seva to Paramatma. So such a beautiful thing that was. Then as asked, Shukadevji was so happy. Then Krishna says, Saka Kaschita, he started telling the story. First the Lakshanas of that Brahmanottama were told. Then his Bharya, she was brought into picture. She herself also equally great. But see that they very poverty they were in. So she started just reminding. You have a great friend. Now he is a Lord himself. He is a Vrishni Andaka Bhoja to all of them. Ishvara, go and ask him. He is a Brahmanya. He is a Bhakta Vatsala. So you are a Brahmana, you are his Bhakta. Definitely he'll give the wealth to remove our poverty. Jaiye. So many, many times in a Mrudu Rupena she asked, then to oblige her, he said, I'll go. But his mind was, Ayame Paramolavaha Uttama Shloka Darshanam. Darshan. Then taking that Prutaka Tandulam, as he moved, entered there, and how Bhagavan received, how Bhagavan did his puja worship, and how Rukminiji also did Sahakara, how all the other people were struck with wonderment, seeing Bhagavan ne kaisa unka puja kiya. Now there are two things. One is this Brahmana is by his virtues is so great, deserving all it. Second, from Krishna's standpoint, he is a bhakta of the Brahmanas. है ना? हमको ये भी देखना है. According to Dharma Shastras, Kshatriya has to respect, revere, worship Brahmana. So he is a Kshatriya, he is a Grahastha, and the Brahmana has come. And what he taught through all the Shastras, Bhagavan is implementing himself and demonstrating to us कि Brahmanottama ka puja. So there are two things. With all the prema he was received. That is because of the mitrata from childhood. And he did puja, etc. because he is a Brahmana. Bhagavan playing both the roles effectively 100% there beautifully. So हो गया इस तरह से भोजन खिलाया उनको. Then both of them have said, then they have to talk. Then what there to talk to them? Then the two things of their childhood being together, and that also in that Gurukula. So they were remembering Guru, Gurukula, and Guru given prema, Guru given jnana. देखो कितना मजेदार बात है कि नहीं. How many things can be developed from this topic? So many discussions. Let us see when they come each of the shloka. Now, after this 26th shloka, 27th May, Sukadev ji is continuing. Kathayan chakratuhu gathaha. They started telling each other a lot of the stories. कौन से गाथाएं? पूर्वा, which have happened when Gurukule Satoho, when they were staying in the Gurukula. So again from this also the lesson is when they stayed in Gurukula, they were such friends and pals and together did so many great things that they have become a powerful memory even now at this age to remember and cherish. So this has got the difference to the Taittiriya, the second value way, the last way. है ना? Kimahagam sadhuna karavam, kimahagam papam akaravamiti. These two regrets and guilts are not there in them. Because they have done the punyam and they have done the sadhu. पापम नहीं किया उन्होंने, साधु नहीं छोड़ा. So they are remembering those. So Gurukule Satoho Kataya Chakru Gatha. We will also remember all these gathas of having every day seeing each other and studying the Shastra together. Maja hi maja. For me, though, for the whole life, required amount of the memories you have given me from last 3 years, that every day we are reveling in Bhagavad Tattva and Bhakti, our Bhakti Shastras every day. How much we learned all that, let Ishvara decide. We are not capable of all that. But then the mere fact that we are able to sit. Some of you, mainly, if you are not encouraged with your being regular and sincere, I would have not done it. I would have studied or anything. But इतना regularly, इतना seriously, इतना बिना रुके एक दिन भी करते रहना, only because of you. So whenever I leave this body and go, anybody questions, I tell because of those great people. Swami Bhagavan, we have done so many satsangas, remembering you every day. So देखो, we can have that thing to tell भगवान. तो भगवान ने कह सकते हैं कि तुम तो मनन तो नहीं किया, फिर साधना तो पूरे नहीं किया. उस समय we can झुको the head, no doubt. But then we have spent the time giving that life's time. And time is moving so fast, every moment, and in that everyday morning to evening 2 hours, if you are able to dedicate to Bhagavan, it's a great cherishable thing. And from that memory only, we have to inspire ourselves to continue. Yeah, I could do my classes, listening regularly, I'll continue. And also, if I had not been regular in this way listening, where my mind would have been lost. अब तो फिक्स हो गया परमात्मा में, शास्त्र में, उसमें होता है तत्व में और साधना में. I am yoked now, I am tuned now, I am hooked on to. Nothing in the world can shake us now. The Lord is there to protect us, is it not? So these are how Purvagataha Kathayan Chakru Gurukule Satoho. We are also in Gurukula. Yeah, you are in your house, I am in my place, but we are in the Gurukula only. daily coming and doing the Mangalarati, spending 20 minutes in our chantings, and then taking up one by one shloka, trying to explain that literal meaning as well as what is the indicated meaning, what lesson we can learn for our sadhana from that. यही तो होता है गुरुकुल में. So we are also doing that. Be happy. I am so happy. So Kathayan Chakaturgathaha Purva Gurukule Satoho. Then Atmanaha of their own. Lalitaha. Most Lalitya. Lalitya means full of that prema and ananda. Hey Rajan, Karau Guruhya Parasparam. The best of it is what? Holding on to each one's hand. The tender, beautiful, lovable, joyful stories or the episodes happened in their childhood. They were talking to each other. क्या मजेदार है. Wonderful, no? When I was reading this, I was remembering those मालगुडी डेज सीरियल है ना, उन दिनों में 80s 90s we used to watch चीजें 84 85 86 में याद है. Every Thursday वो आता था. All that is related to some stories only. Some of them really conveying some moral ethical values. So here also Lalitaha Gathaha Gurukile Satoho Kathayan Chakruhu. How that Karau Gruhya Parasparam holding on to each one's hand. अब देखो, एक तो बड़ा राजा है, दूसरे ब्राह्मण है, दोनों उम्र में इतने बड़े हो गए. When it comes to prema, how can the body or age or other identities matter? They won't matter, all of them. So this is what is a tuning that is there. This tuning, when we have no selfishness, when we don't have any possessiveness or ego, we can have this tuning to everyone. That's what Krishna is showing. He is a Lord himself, so that ego is not there. He has got entire wealth at his disposal, and the whole world is under his command. He has not got that possessiveness in his mind and no expectation from anyone. Therefore, he can love everyone. That is what we have to learn from Paramatma. है ना, उन्होंने रुक्मिणी को दिया प्रेम, बाकी 7 पत्नियों को दिया, 16,000 उनको दिया. To Mata Devaki he has given, Mata Yashoda he given, Vasudev ji ko Nanda Baba ko dar. He gave this prema, Gaurava, Adara to the Ugrasena ji, the Shurasena ji, the Balarama ji. He is embodiment of giving because no ego, no selfishness, no possessiveness on anything. Right from childhood, you see that only. To the Gopikas, the Gopamala, the animals, the cows and all he loved. The peacocks he loved, the बंदर उनको उन्होंने मक्खन खिलाया. So Bhagavan is the embodiment of giver of prema. Who can give pure love? Who is zero in ego, zero in selfishness, zero in any of the possessiveness. Possessions you may have, position you may have, but you need not have ego because of that. In that absence of ego only, that humbleness, simplicity comes with which we can give ourselves, from ourselves, the love to all, not we expect from them. है ना, भगवान बस चले गए उस पास्ट टाइम्स में ऑफ द चाइल्डहुड. दे स्टार्टेड शेयरिंग द ब्यूटिफुल कथास, रम्य रमणीय मनोहर कथाएं of the childhood. How free the Lord's heart must be, and no tension, nothing. He has got throughout life every problem of every Rakshasa, sab hai. So what? They should not deter us from our basics. The basic is selfless, egoless, possessionless. Therefore, to be able to tune to everyone and love all, express that prema wholeheartedly. These are the main things we have to learn and practice them for a few lives. Then only the antakarna become free from all the panchakleshas and all other malinya, impurity. In that pure heart only, the tattva shravana, tattva chintana, tattva vicharana, tattva avagahana, tattva dhyana, tattva anubhuti, tattva nishtha, all the big, big words happen as our experience. So, Atmanaha, Lalitaha, Gataha, Rajan, Karau Gruhya Parasparam, Gurukule Satoho, Kathayan Chakratuhu. So, when they were in Gurukula, whatever the beautiful Leelas, Kathas happened of their own together, which were very Lalita, sweet and wonderful one, they started sharing with each other. Now, Dekho, Bhagavata is such a small text regarding Bhagavan Krishna's infinite Leelas. थोड़े ही बताए गए. Like in Vrindavan, Mathura, Gokula and Vrindavan. Uska nahi, only 5-10% only shown in Pustakam. If everything is written, this will be of 10 lakh slokas. So to in Mathura when Bhagavan was there, the comes Samhara, few of the things were told, but many other leelas of prema and all, kaha bataya? And in Dwaraka, he lived for more than 100 years. With so many of the wives and children, how much of the prema, Vatsalya he must have given to all of them. अब उन सबके कथाएं लिखते जाओ तो कितना बड़ा बनेगा भागवतम. So too, when he was in Gurukula, for whatever the number of days, it is said 64 days they were there. 64 कलाएं उन्होंने सीखा, बट हर दिन इतने सारे एपिसोड्स हुए होंगे, सारा लिखे क्या भागवत में. लिखते जाए तो इट विल बिकम अ इनफाइनाइट अनएंडिंग ग्रंथ इट इज. So by this what we must know, Hari Ananta, Hari Katha Ananta, Hari Leela Ananta. Therefore Hari Guna, Hari Karuna, Hari Prema also Ananta. So among so many Leelas that have happened, every one of them are Lalitya, Lalita Yukta. But among all of them, mainly the Guru Seva Ityadi, he was remembering. Now let us see this important portion of the discussion between the Krishna Bhagavan and Sudhama ji, the sharing of their childhood stories. Only one story they share, but before that, some important things through the medium of Sudhama ji, Bhagavan Krishna tells all of us. Let us focus on them now. Sri Bhagavan Uvacha. First, he is asking some pleasantries or whereabouts, how about that Brahmana Devata. कि कहते हैं अपि ब्रह्मन, हे ब्रह्मन, है ना, ब्राह्मण भी है, ब्रह्म स्वरूप है ब्रह्मन, कि गुरुकुलात, from the Gurukula, Bhavata, by you, Labdha Dakshinat, having the whole course is done, when you had to give the Dakshina to the Guru, having given that Dakshina, when you have left the Gurukula, wherever you have gone, Samavruttena, Samyak Avruttena, means remembering all the knowledge given by the Guru in the Gurukula, living life like that, Dharmagnya, you are the knower of the Dharma, have you भार्या ओढ़ा सदृशी नवा ऊढ़ा सदृशी भार्या ऊढ़ा नवा means what? Having finished your study there, giving dakshina to Guru, when you have gone back to your place from where you have come, living whatever is learnt, have you entered into grahasthashrama by marrying a suitable bhaviji or not? ओढ़ा नवा. तो इससे एक बात पता चलता है, when Sudhama ji came, Bhagavan gave so much love. When both of them were together in Gurukula, that time also together they did great leelas. But in between, Bhagavan was not brooding or worried about anything. He is present in his present leelas every day. That is the beauty, We have to become the embodiment of love, giving the love to everyone who are present around us at the present moment, not hanging on to the past in our mind and worrying about it. Good smritis, if they are there, from them some lesson is to be learnt, we can do that. So he is inquiring, having gone back from the place where you came, did you marry Sadrushi, the equivalent person as your wife or not? Okay, भार्या ऊढ़ा सदृशी नवा, सदृशी भार्या मिली कि नहीं. तो ये सुनकर सारी रुक्मिणी वगैरह वो क्या हिंट कर रहे हैं, ऐसे फीलिंग किए होंगे वो लोग. मतलब ही वाज सेइंग मैं आई गॉट सदृशी, नॉट वन और टू, ऑल 16,008. Nobody troubled me and all that. Bhagavan must be feeling like that. So when he asked like that, he continued. He says the lakshanas of this Brahmana, as he was observing from the childhood, ki prayaha, generally when we were together, I was observing from your talks or the words or behavior, gruheshu, in the grahastha ashrama, te chittam, your chitta, akama vihatam, was never attached to the grahastha because your chitta was never hit by kamana. See the akama vihatam, same in Taittiriya Upanishad. Shrotriyasya cha akamaha tasya, shrotriyasya cha akamaha tasya. How many times that came in that Anandavalli, Anandamimamsa. So here, so prayaha te chittam gruheshu akama vihatam. तो you never had that गृहस्थ आश्रम में एंटर करके ऑल द भोग भोगना है, ऐसा वाला चित्त नहीं था आपका. अकाम विहतम तथा then naivati priyase vidvan dhaneshu, and also you are not so much enchanted by the various wealths and powers position also. Viditam hi me, I know it very clear. So from the beginning only, this Brahmanottama was not lost in the artha and kama purushartha. How beautiful, no? Heart is free from them. He naivati priyase vidvan dhaneshu viditam hi me, I know it very clearly. Now the 30th sloka mein, he generally talking about the life to be lived. Bhagavan Krishna. Now from here, talking is going on with some upadesham in that. And that is about their own, again, childhood meetings and leelas, all of that. He says, Kechit kurvanti karmani. There are some people who do their own dharma karma throughout life. Oh, kamaihi ahata chetasaha. Their chitta are not hit by kamana. So, matlab, Kuchela entered Grahastha Sudhama ji. He had married, he had lot of children. But yet, kamai ahata chetasaha. Out of prarabdha, out of force by the parents, out of the need of the hour, for various reasons he might have entered the Grahastha Ashrama, not by his chitta hit by the kamana. So indirectly he is telling us how great is the Sudhama. Directly he is telling there are some great people in this world. They involve in so many activities out of destiny or as appointed by the God, but not because of their own heart hit by the कामना. मतलब काम प्रेरित नहीं है सबका काम. जो भी लोग कर्म करे जगत में, not necessarily there are some desires. There is a way of working called as prema and bhakti also. है ना? Right now, like we have the Pradhana Mantri of India. No, how many times we heard him in parliament, in all speeches. Do you ever see any selfish kamana there? These 3-4 days no confidence वाले lectures आप सुन लो. Just देश के भलाई, 24 hours. Only thinking for the country, going to every country, making friends with them, establishing every type of mutual business deals required. No, it is a colossal work. I tell you, nobody can do this way even for 1,000 years also. Nobody can even imagine to do. That stamina is different. The power is different, that ability is different, which comes after many, many lives of tapasya, many, many lives of Deva Upasana, many, many lives of Guru, Buddha Jana Upasana and Seva. उनके कृपा से ऐसी शक्ति होती है, not otherwise. देखो, when the country is with 140 crores of intelligent human beings, कुछ तो कुछ होता ही रहेगा. जब कुछ तो होता रहता है, उसका असर in the form of सब डेवलपमेंट दिखेगा भी. It will obvious. Like in the downtrodden countries or countries facing problems like Pakistan or this one, the Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, वहाँ भी कुछ ना कुछ हो ही रहे नेपाल में, क्योंकि लोग हैं डायनामिकली तो करते. That's not important. The leader, the leadership, the vision of them. I'm talking about akamahata chetasaha kechit kurvanti karma. We need those leaders. We have to protect them, we have to sustain them. And such people alone, we have to select them and put them as leaders. Little bit selfishness, little bit ego is there, and no knowledge about the glory of the country. पूरे देश को दाव पे लगाने के जो चक्कर में नहीं रहते हैं अपने पावर पोजीशन के लिए, उनको तो पूरा मिट्टी में मिला देना चाहिए. They should not even dare to think. Remember last 7 years, say the way the reforms that are happening in our nation are the great signs for the internal development as well as the countries standing out as the best nation in the whole world. Nobody else can do that. This is in spite of so many wretched oppositions within from the nation, from every nook and corner. I'm talking about the real fulfillment of life is doing our duties, not influenced by any kamana. So, kechit kurvanti karmani kamaihi ahata chetasaha. Their chitta is not having any kamana. They're just doing out of the love, duty, and responsibility. like Puja Gurudev. What an amount of that work in those 42 and a half years, from that 19, whatever the time, for 35, 49 onwards, 73 tak, 1993 tak, whatever the time he started the thing. Where is any kamana there? What? How much the work is done? What is the reason? The love, seva bhava and badhyata. The love and the attitude of service and the responsibility. It is my responsibility to pass on this legacy, this great adhyatmika sampada to my nation. No, such Mahatma, they don't bother about the body and all. The Ishvara only takes care. हमको तो 24 घंटे ध्यान only on देह. Then we can never conceive greater goals. ऐसे ही पड़े सड़े रहते हैं अपने चार दीवार वाले कमरे में, पता भी नहीं चलता कि हम जिंदा कब है, मर कब गए किसी को. So केचित् कुर्वन्ति कर्माणि कामैः ahata-chetasah त्यजन्तः प्रकृतिः दैवीः. And while doing that, the Daivi Prakriti called as Maya, of its all the gunas, they don't allow them to influence, especially the Rajo and Tamo guna. This shloka is very informative, very educative, very inspiring it is. Maya is there. It has three gunas. The Rajo guna pushes us into the world for the bhoga, world for our own selfish purposes. The तमो गुना 24 घंटे पीछे पड़कर हमें लेजी कराती है, हमें निद्रा में ले जाने लगती है. This is equal to all. But the ones who have recognized it and not given chance to them, and with Shuddha Sattoguna in the heart, at the core of every layer of their personality, used every moment of time only in fulfilling their duties, responsibilities, in serving the world out of love and devotion, they are the ones they excel. They becomes the beacon lights, they become the ideals for all of us to follow. Like we'll see in that Mundaka, last line of this first khanda of the third Mundakam, Tasmad Atmagnam hi Archayeta Bhutikamaha. So, what is the whole shloka here? Kechit, there are very some rare specimens are there. Karmani kurvanti, they do the actions. Kamai ahata chetasaha. So here he is hinting at the Brahmanottama. You might have got married, might be having children, but it is not out of the Kamai ahataha, not also because of Rajo and Tamo guna. It was required in the world. It is for him. Generally, in the whole world, there are some people who stand out, live life of service, love like this, without getting influenced by the Mayas, Rajo and Tamo. Because of them only the world is running. He hints at that. And what example he gives? He gives his own example. He says, Yata aham, as I, from the time of taking avatara till now, relentlessly working not to fulfill any of my personal kamana. Then why are you doing, sir? Loka sangraham. गीता में कहते हैं why I am doing continuously the work, so that if I don't do, then people will get misguidance from me. Then utsidei rimalokaha nakuryam karma chedaham sankarasya cha kartasyam uvahanyam mima prajaha vinashyai rimalokaha nakuryam karma ched. Then he says sakta karmanya vidvamsa yada kurvanti bharata kuryad vidvan tata sakta chikirsu loka sangraham. If I don't perform, people take me as a wrong example. So we are all Krishna Bhaktas. He was lazy, eating makhan and sleeping, doing nothing. We also do. Exactly this one our Gurudev followed. If I don't work hard, my desire will take me as a stupid wrong example. So for the teaching of all of his bhaktas and devotees or disciples, he went on working 42, 43 years. And whoever are tuned to him in its true sense, all of them are that way. In some nook and corner seated or staying, they are doing relentlessly whatever the seva that Bhagavan is getting done through them. For all of us, he is the only inspiration. So the whole shloka ka beauty kya hai here? Not necessary that coming under influence of Maya. Only for the sake of Rajo and Tamo alone, we can or we should live the life. It is in fact the wasting of life. Not allowing that Maya Prakriti to influence us. Okay, the Rajo Tamo with Shuddha Sattva Guna without any Phalapeksha. As it is to be done as the duty, as a responsibility, as seva in all the works that come in front of us, depending on our talents, and as our opportunity, we have to go on working for them, performing all of them. केचित् कुर्वन्ति कर्माणि कामैरहत चेतसः त्यजन्तः प्रकृतिर्दैवीः यथाहं लोकसङ्ग्रहम्. As I am doing it for the Loka Sangraha's sake. And this second line has few things for us to learn, because they are very inspirational things. Because these are the thoughts which change our track from the doubts to despairs, the senses of inabilities, the anisha which we discussed an hour back. No, to come out of that, these are the shlokas help us. Bhagavan kya kare yahan? One need not succumb to the Maya's lower gunas of Raja and Sama, Taman get lost. One can, with his willpower, keep them aside and keep doing selflessly the seva or the upasana, whatever one can do for some time. Then the pressure and force of the Rajo Tamo goes away. Then this enjoying the seva sattva becomes the order of the whole life. Such are the ones work for their own redemption. Such are the ones become great examples to the world at large. You be the one of them. So tomorrow is 15th August and 75th Swarnotsava completion. So we can also take this commitment. Let us not feel weak within ourselves. "Oh, kya karu? I'm not able to give up my rajas, tamas." Nah, just suppress them, just kick them out. And always be in the positive thoughts. Every day, Subha, Dopar, Sham, active, dynamic, positive thoughts of उपासना सेवा स्वाध्याय सत्संग इसी में रहते रहना, दूसरों को चांस ही नहीं देना. This is what in the yoga darshanam today we touched. Tomorrow we will see by doing the shukla karmas more and more that black karmas we can avoid. So here we stop today. Tomorrow's topic on this 15 August will be the glory of staying in Gurukula. Unparalleled, the greatest gift we can give to ourselves is stay for a decade or so in a Gurukula under the guidance of that great Shrotriya Brahmanishta Guru. Then the Mahima of the Guru, then Mahima of Guru Seva. These are the few beautiful topics Krishna Bhagavan will develop tomorrow. Let us study. En route only, they will talk about one story happened when the Guru Patni and the Guru Mata tells them to go and fetch the fuel. When they go and get lost with the heavy rains and all, how the Guru comes the next day and receives them, and how beautiful blessings he gives. Such a fantastic topic it is. Let's see tomorrow. Sarvam Krishna Arvanam. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Avashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Sri Gurubhyo Paramanusibhyo Parabrahmane Shrutimatre Namaha. Om Sri Krishna Chandra Bhagavan Ki Jai. Om Neelamegha Shyama Krishna Nitya Jagan Mohana Krishna Bala Gopala Krishna Mangal Venugana Lola Krishna Vedanta Vedya Krishna Navanita Chora Krishna Nitya Mangalam Bhakta Janadhara Krishna Parama Dayavarthi Krishna Mukti Sandhayaka Krishna Murti Mangalam Gita Murtadata Krishna Parama Yogisha Athasadrupa Krishna Sarva Mangalam Natattara Surya Bhatina Chandradharakam Nevam Narayana Namo Mangalam Vyasa Yoginaya Namaskar. बोल श्री कृष्ण चंद्र भगवान की जय. बोल श्री सुदाम भगवान की जय. बोलो श्रीमद् भागवत महापुराण शास्त्र की जय. बोल श्री वेदव्यास सुखदेव सूतादि समस्त भागवताचार्य की जय. भागवतांतर्गत अवतार की जय. भागवतांतर्गत परम भक्त ऋषि मुनि गुणी देवतागण की जय. बोलो भाई सब संतन की जय. सद्गुरुदेव भगवान की जय. आज के आनंद की जय. सर्वत्र गोविंद नाम संकीर्तनम गोविंदा गोविंद. समस्त श्रोता भक्त साधक सेवक उपासक जिज्ञासु धर्म संस्थापक गण की जय. Thank you. Come back in 5 minutes, 2-3 minutes to study Adhyatma Ramayana. Yes.